Inequalities. What the heck is that? I'll pause here. Just these are the symbols. That means less than is greater than. Actually, that's confusing. I don't like that. So just copy this down. I'll pause it here. Alright, so let's look at solving one of these. So it looks like this. I can break it into two sides, like treat it like a equal sign almost. When solving this, there's a little more to it, but not really. So my first step, and maybe you guys can see this, is I want to get x alone. So I subtract 2. I subtract 2 from both sides of the inequality. And you keep your sign here. So it'll be x is less than 6. So what does that mean? And usually it'll say solve and graph. So what have we done? We have solved, check. Now we need to graph. What does graph mean? And this might seem harder than it is. Hopefully we'll understand it pretty quickly. So draw a number line. That's how I start this. And I make 3 ticks in it, because that's all you really need with these. I put 0, the number that I found as the answer, 6, and then I put the negative counterpart, negative 6. So there's my number line, and this goes on forever, so we'll draw our arrows. So now we're going to have to go, and now we refer to those circles that were open, closed in the previous slide. X is, let me write this out. This says x is less than 6. That's what that inequality is saying. So if it's less than, we use the open circle above the 6. And which numbers are less than 6? And it's all the numbers down here. So I draw this, and I say all those numbers, and point the arrow, and I'm done. That's it. Okay, I'll pause here. Let's try one more for practice here. So, again, my first step, I got to get x alone, so I add 3 to both sides. So what am I going to have? X is greater than or equal to negative 5 plus 3. Those are different signs, so we subtract. That'll be negative 2. Alright, so we have that. So that's saying x is greater than or equal to negative 2. Alright, so what's that mean on a graph? So again, I'll graph this, I'll draw my number line. So my 3 numbers will be 0, I'll put negative 2, and the opposite counterpart for this one is a positive 2. So, greater than or equal to. For greater than or equal to, if you remember on that first slide, we close that off because it's equal to, it's part of that number. So, greater than or equal to negative 2. Which numbers are the numbers that are greater than or equal to? And it's all the numbers going up the number line. Alright? So I'm going to pause this here. I'm going to let you guys try some. You try these. Alright, let's look at this one. This one has more steps. Makes it harder, right? Guys, I had to change that. I changed that to a 9. It was an 8 before. So my first step to get x alone, we get rid of addition and subtraction first usually. So plus 2, plus 2. So what do we have left? We have 3x is less than or equal to Sorry guys, I'm going to start this over. That should have been 10. 3x, so again, the first step is plus 2, plus 2. So what do I have? 3x is less than or equal to 12. We could have done the other one. Don't think that the other one wouldn't have worked. It's just not, I don't like graphing stuff like that because I want you to see. Alright, so 3x is less than or equal to 12. So now I have to divide. So x is less than or equal to 4. So let's graph this. Zero, 4, -4. Alright, so less than or equal to 4. So it's a closed circle because it's less than or equal to, and it goes this way. That should be a little straighter, but, you know, I'm not the best. I'm not the best at drawing. So I'll pause here. You guys try these. B is going to be a little tricky, but try not to get too hopped up. Here are the answers.